The Elephant Child. In the darkest room of the marble temple, voices could be heard. They were deep and resonant, and they carried through the palm trees and across the river. A little black crow was attracted by the noise, flapping his little black wings up and down, till at last he alighted on a branch of the temple's ancient banyan tree. He cocked his little black head to the side and listened, and looked into the temple for, as you know, little black crows are very curious creatures. The voices came from the big black elephants with big tusks and long, long trunks. The elephants were talking as softly as they could in their deep voices, but the crow caught it all, for, as you know, the little black crow's ears are very sharp. They were all excited about something. The little black crow was excited too. He hopped once on his right foot, he hopped once on his left foot, and he found himself on the windowsill of the temple, his feathers all rumpled from excitement. He craned his little black head forward, and even though his ears were as sharp as only crow ears could be, he was hardly able to pick out the smallest voice. It belonged to a little gray elephant, and as you know, little gray elephants have very large ears. In fact, his were so big that they made the rest of him look small. And this is never good, especially if you're not that big to start with. The little gray elephant child was trying his very best to be heard. He trumpeted and shouted, and only stopped when a big elephant told him to hush. The crow felt sorry for him. The big elephants were talking about taking part in a festival the next day. One of them said she would wear a red gold cloth made from fibers of rare reeds from the mangrove swamp on his broad, broad back. And another proclaimed that she would have a sheet of shiny gold on her trunk. They were all so happy for themselves that nobody but the little black crow noticed the elephant child at all. Lifting his ebony wings, the little black crow sailed away through the air, determined to do something. The next morning, the sun's glad light shone on the sleeping form of the elephant child. His ears spread out, fanning him as he dozed standing up, for, as you know, elephant ears are very useful. He opened his wide black eyes and he felt the feet of the little black crow on his back. The crow said, "Come with me, little one!" The sad little elephant child stood up and dashed his trunk to the ground in despair. "All the others have gone to the festival and I have been left behind," he wailed, "for I am too small by far to be seen in the parade." To this the crow replied, "We have things to do and places to see," he proclaimed, "and we don't need a procession to be seen." So he and the little gray elephant child left the sunny place by the temple and headed for the great mango tree by the swamp. "Is it very far away?" the elephant child asked. "You will see." They came through shady paths, eating bananas that fell ripe and yellow through the green, green leaves of the trees, either through the incessant pecking of the little black crow or pulled down by the trunk of the elephant child. Soon they came upon the great mango tree. "Here it is, friend, not far at all." The elephant child then saw the most wondrous sight. There were children everywhere, and when they saw him, they let out screams of joy. He was hesitant at first, as all careful elephant children are. He stood there swaying gently from side to side, snorting softly and moving his wiggly trunk about. "Go on, friend," urged the crow with soft and incessant pecks. When he did, he found that the children were not going to hurt him, but fuss over him. "Look at his trunk!" His trunk was expected from every angle, children giggling when they felt the occasional breeze. "See his ears!" His prominent ears were appraised as they waggled back and forth. "Feel his skin!" Small hands rubbed the prickly little hairs on his sides and back. They fed him rice balls, coconut meat, sugar cane, and mangoes, till his little tummy was fit to burst. The day wore on. Eventually, a few pecks on the head reminded him that it was time to go. As he left, the children followed him till he was out of sight. None of them would forget that afternoon. It was late when the elephant child got back. The big elephants had returned and they were cross about their day. They were not fed at all, they complained. They had to march and stand in the hot sun. The people played loud music next to their sensitive ears. The elephants grumbled and snorted and threw dust in the air. The elephant child just smiled quietly with his new friend, the little black crow.
In China lived the Jade Emperor. It was his birthday. He wanted to measure time to know how old he was. All the animals arrived. The Emperor decided to have a race to give a name to each year of the Chinese zodiac. The rat and the cat couldn't swim very well.
Can you take us across the river?
Yes, jump on quick.
They swam across the river. Then the rat pushed the cat into the water and jumped onto land.
Well done, rat. The first year will be the year of the rat, and the second will be the year of the ox. Look, here's the tiger. He's very tired. The third year will be the year of the tiger. The rabbit can't swim, but he's very clever. The fourth year will be the year of the rabbit. Why are you late, dragon? You can fly. I had to make some rain for thirsty people to drink. Well done. The fifth year is the year of the dragon. What's this? I can hear a horse. No, it's a snake. So the snake has the sixth year. Well done. It is good to see you working together. The goat is eighth, the monkey is ninth, and the rooster is 10th.
Sorry I'm late. The water is clean and I needed a bath.
The 11th is the year of the dog. You are the last. Yes, I had to eat and sleep on the way. The last is the year of the pig.
And that is how the Emperor chose the animals for the Chinese zodiac.
Once upon a time there was a little girl. Her name was Goldilocks. She had golden hair. One day Goldilocks was walking in the forest. She saw a house and knocked on the door. She went inside. Nobody was there. Goldilocks saw 3 bowls on the table. She was hungry.
This porridge is too hot. This porridge is too cold. This porridge is just right.
Goldilocks ate all the porridge. Goldilocks was tired now.
This chair is too big. This chair is too big too. This chair is just right.
But the chair broke. Goldilocks was very tired. She went upstairs.
This bed is too hard. This bed is too soft. This bed is just right.
Soon the bears came home.
Someone's been eating my porridge,
said Daddy Bear. Someone's been eating my porridge, said Mummy Bear.
Someone's been eating my porridge, and it's all gone,
said Baby Bear.
Someone's been sitting on my chair,
said Daddy Bear. Someone's been sitting on my chair, said Mummy Bear.
Someone's been sitting on my chair, and it's broken,
said Baby Bear.
Someone's been sleeping in my bed,
said Daddy Bear. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, said Mummy Bear.
Someone's been sleeping in my bed, and she's still there,
said Baby Bear. Goldilocks woke up and saw the 3 bears. Help! She ran downstairs and into the forest. She never came back again. Little Red Riding Hood lived in a wood with her mother. One day, Little Red Riding Hood went to see her granny. She had a nice cake in her basket. On her way, Little Red Riding Hood met a wolf.
"Hello,"
said the wolf.
"where are you going?"
I'm going to see my grandmother. She lives in a house behind those trees.
The wolf ran to Granny's house and ate Granny up. He got into Granny's bed. A little later, Little Red Riding Hood reached the house. She looked at the wolf.
Granny, what big eyes you have,
"All the better to see you with,"
said the wolf.
Granny, what big ears you have,
"All the better to hear you with,"
said the wolf.
Granny, what a big nose you have,
"All the better to smell you with,"
said the wolf.
Granny, what big teeth you have,
"All the better to eat you with."
shouted the wolf. A woodcutter was in the wood. He heard a loud scream and ran to the house. The woodcutter hit the wolf over the head. The wolf opened his mouth wide and shouted,
"Oh!"
and Granny jumped out. The wolf ran away, and Little Red Riding Hood never saw the wolf again.
Once upon a time there was a boy called Jack. He lived with his mother. They were very poor. All they had was a cow. One morning, Jack's mother told Jack to take their cow to market and sell her. On the way, Jack met a man. He gave Jack some magic beans for the cow. Jack took the beans and went back home. When Jack's mother saw the beans, she was very angry. She threw the beans out of the window. The next morning, Jack looked out of the window. There was a giant beanstalk. He went outside and started to climb the beanstalk. He climbed up to the sky through the clouds. Jack saw a beautiful castle. He went inside. Jack heard a voice.
Fee, fi, fo, fum.
Jack ran into a cupboard. An enormous giant came into the room and sat down. On the table there was a hen and a golden harp.
Lay.
Said the giant. The hen laid an egg. It was made of gold.
Sing.
Said the giant. The harp began to sing. Soon the giant was asleep. Jack jumped out of the cupboard. He took the hen and the harp. Suddenly the harp sang.
Help, master!
The giant woke up and shouted.
Fee, fi, fo, fum.
Jack ran and started climbing down the beanstalk. The giant came down after him. Jack shouted,
Mother, help!
Jack's mother took an axe and chopped down the beanstalk. The giant fell and crashed to the ground. Nobody ever saw him again. With the golden eggs and the magic harp, Jack and his mother lived happily ever after.
Can you keep a secret? I had to for a long, long time. My family were all Boxton Town fans, but I supported a different team, Boxton Rovers. It was very hard being different. I had to be very good at pretending when both teams played each other.
What a goal! Boxton Rovers lead 2-1.
I couldn't cheer when my team scored. I had to go to the bathroom and celebrate there. Yes, yes, yes! Come on!
Oh, a marvellous goal there. Boxton Town take the lead.
I couldn't be sad when the other team scored.
No, no, no.
I could only have my team's posters on my bedroom wall when I was alone. Wait a minute. If someone came to my room, I had to be quick to change how it looked. Hi, Dad. I had to have a secret wardrobe too. I hid my favourite team's clothes behind the other team's. Birthdays were terrible too. I always got football gifts for the wrong team. But then my life changed. A billionaire bought both clubs in my town and made one big team, Boxton United. Now I can relax and enjoy all the matches with my family. I go to the bathroom a lot less now too.
Once upon a time, there was a king and queen who lived in a golden castle with their beautiful daughter. One night, an ugly ogre captured the beautiful princess and locked her up in his tall, dark tower.
Help me!
The king and queen were very sad. They promised to give a bag of gold to the knight that rescued the princess.
Please save our princess. We'll save the princess.
All the knights in the land wanted to rescue the princess. They rode to the tower as fast as they could.
Help me!
The ugly ogre roared with anger when he saw the knights. His roar was so scary that they rode away as fast as they could. One day, a friendly dragon was flying over the ogre's tower when he heard the princess cry for help.
Help me!
The dragon flew down to the tower, took a big fiery breath, and blew the ogre far away over the mountains and into the ocean. "Come with me, princess. Don't be scared."
Thank you for saving me.
"My pleasure, princess." The dragon rescued the princess from the tower and gently put her on his strong back. They flew high in the sky. They flew over the tower and the castle, over the mountains and caves and out towards the deep blue ocean.
Whee! I can fly!
The dragon and the princess flew to the castle. The king and queen were so happy to see the princess, they gave the dragon the bag of gold. They all lived happily ever after.
Thank you for saving our princess.
My pleasure.
It was 3:30, and Katy had just finished school. Her mum was waiting at the gates with Jessie, the dog.
Can we go to the park with Jaya, Mum?
Said Katy. All right, we can go for half an hour, said Mum. When they got to the park, Katy and Jaya ran towards the swings and slides.
Come on,
shouted Katy.
let's see how high we can go on the swings. You can't come in here, Jess,
shouted Katy and Jaya. Mum took Jessie over to the bench and tied him to it. She sat down and started to read the paper. Did you have a nice time? Mum asked.
Yes, it was brilliant. I went the highest,
said Katy.
No, I went the highest,
said Jaya. Come on, we need to take you home, said Mum. That night, Jessie couldn't sleep. He was thinking about the park. Quietly, he got out of his basket and walked downstairs. He squeezed through the cat flap. He was outside. He ran towards the park. Soon Jessie was at the park. He walked towards the swings. The gate was open. He went through and looked around. The playground was full of dogs. Jessie climbed up the ladder, went down the slide, whizzed round on the roundabout, went up and down on the seesaw, bounced on the springy, and went up and down on the swing.
Woof!
Barked Jessie. He went as high as he could on the swing. Soon it was time to go. Jessie got off the swing, went through the gate, and walked back home. He squeezed through the cat flap, walked upstairs, and got into his basket. He looked at Katy.
I went the highest,
thought Jessie, and went to sleep.
What are you doing?
I was trying to break a world record.
How many jumps did you do?
2,346.
Wow! What's the world record?
177,737. That's another record I failed to break.
Why? Have you tried to break other records?
Yes, I try a new one each day. I really want to be a record breaker. Last weekend, I hula hooped with 10 hoops, but the record's 99. On my birthday, I tried to blow the biggest ever bubblegum bubble. Mine was 30 centimeters high, but the record is 58.4 centimeters. Last month, I tried to balance the most spoons on my face. The record is 15. I could only do 3. I'm never going to break a record.
Hey, wait a minute. You've tried to break a record every day this year, right?
Yes?
That's 365 attempts. The previous record was 364. Congratulations! You really are a record breaker.
Kim and Ken are twins, and they live at the zoo. Their father is the zookeeper. He has so many things to do. On Mondays they take a shower, the hippos join the fun, then watch TV with the fish, the week has just begun. On Tuesdays they eat breakfast with the pandas and the frogs, and eat dinner in the evening with chimps and cats and dogs. On Wednesdays they clean their teeth. The crocodile helps them brush. Then at night they ride their bikes, The rhino gives a push. On Thursdays they play football with parrots in the park. Then take a swim in the pool, the one without the shark. On Fridays they do their homework. The octopus helps too. Then play some games with their friends and run around the zoo. On Saturdays they go shopping with the kangaroos. Then come home on a big red bus and have a little snooze. On Sundays they are very tired and sleep until it's lunch. Then take a walk around the zoo and see the friendly bunch.
There was a greedy hippo. He ate everything in sight. From cheese to peas, chips and cake, he always had a bite. Now Hippo, he was selfish. He ate everybody's food. He ate the cats, the dogs, the cows. He was very, very rude. One morning after breakfast, he jumped into the lake. One big splash and he was stuck. That was a big mistake. The hippo, he sank deeper, then began to shout, "Help! Please help! I'm sinking! Won't someone pull me out?" The animals all pulled and pulled, as hard as they were able. Out he popped, ran past them all, and ate everything on their table. The animals were angry and thought they'd play a trick. They made a pie from fish and soap to make old Hippo sick. "Here you are, we've made a pie, especially for you." "Thanks," he said. "I'll eat it now. I've nothing else to do." First a nibble, then a bite, then a great big swallow. He then went back into the lake, the place he loved to wallow. But something wasn't right, thought Hippo. "I feel quite odd inside." Now he had a tummy ache, as the cooks looked on with pride. Hippo learnt his lesson. It was the end of all their troubles. He was last seen leaving town, blowing fishy bubbles.
This is my cousin's new school. It's called Superhero High. This morning she'll show us around.
First, I'll put my uniform on. This is our headmaster, Mr. Kent's office.
Hello. Have you seen my pen?
He's very strong.
Let's go to my first class. This is the How to Get Dressed and Undressed in a Telephone Box class.
Try again, Peter.
Wow, and I thought maths was difficult.
Quick, the next class is starting.
Which class is it?
It's the How to See Through Walls class.
Okay, Rania, how many pens is Brad holding?
7?
No.
I can't see any pens.
Try these special glasses.
3?
Well done, that's correct.
This is my favorite class.
We learn how to fly in here. It's lunchtime. Let's eat.
You really have a great school. Everything is super.
Not everything is great. Wait until you taste the food.
I think you need a super chef too.
This is Billy and Splodge. Billy and Splodge are in a spaceship. They are looking for animals in space. Splodge sees a planet.
Everything on this planet is red. Look at this forest. The trees are red and the leaves are red, but there aren't any animals here.
Splodge sees another planet.
Everything on this planet is yellow. Look at the yellow sky and the yellow clouds. There is a yellow volcano too. Look at the yellow smoke. There aren't any animals here.
Now Splodge sees another planet.
Everything on this planet is pink. Look at the pink sea. There are pink shells and pink plants in the sea. There aren't any animals here.
Splodge sees another planet.
Everything on this planet is blue. This planet is very hot. There is a big blue sun and a desert with blue sand. And look, there are blue plants. There aren't any animals here.
Splodge sees one more planet.
Everything on this planet is green. This planet is very cold. The clouds are green and the snow is green. There aren't any Ah!
Billy is in the spaceship.
Splodge, there are animals in space. Let's go home.
Splodge sees another planet. It's planet Earth. The sky is blue and the sun is yellow. The grass is green and the flowers are red and pink. What colors can you see?
One very hot day, Ali finds a carpet in his uncle's shop.
What's this?
Suddenly the carpet jumps. It moves and flies off into the air.
Hey, what's happening?
A loud booming voice comes from the carpet.
Welcome, O Master. I am a magic carpet.
First they fly high up into the sky, and then they land in a jungle. It is hot and wet, and it's raining.
It's raining. Yuck!
Then they fly to the desert. It is very, very hot and dry.
It is very, very hot today.
After that, they fly to the South Pole. There is lots of ice and snow. It's freezing.
Brrr. Where are we now? I can't see.
In the mountains. Can you see me?
It's very foggy.
Then they fly to a forest. It's very windy there.
Oh, it's windy in the forest.
Then they fly to an island in the sea. There is thunder and lightning.
Ah! Let's go home.
What a storm!
Finally, they fly back home. The carpet lands in the shop and Ali gets off.
Wow! What an adventure!
Hairy Henry is a handsome green monster. He lives in a small house in the forest. All his friends live nearby. Soon it is Hairy Henry's birthday. Loony Loo and Gorgonzola decide to buy him a present. "What shall we buy him?" they ask. "What about a camera?" "No, he's got a camera." "How about a big box of chocolates?" "No, he's too fat." "Let's buy him a new pair of shorts." "No, he's got some new shorts." Loony Loo and Gorgonzola just don't know what to buy him. "I know," said Loony Loo. "Let's go shopping in London. We can visit Hairy Henry's cousin, Big Ben, and ask him what to buy." "Good idea." So they got the train to London. Big Ben waited for them at the station. "Hello," he said. "We want to buy a present for Hairy Henry," they told him. "I know just the place," said Big Ben, and they went shopping. First, they went into a computer shop. "Wow, what a lot of computers and games," said Big Ben, who loves computer games. They bought a very special monster computer game for catching horrible humans. Hairy Henry will love it. Next, they went to a very smart shop called Harrods. They went to the special floor for monsters and looked at the very smart clothes. Everything was monstrously monstrous. Because Hairy Henry is quite a smart monster, Gorgonzola bought him a tie which lights up and sings a monster happy birthday song. Finally, they went to an amazing cake shop. They bought the biggest, most monster cake they could find. They put it in a box to take it to Hairy Henry's birthday party. The next day, Loony Loo, Gorgonzola and Big Ben collected all the presents together and took the train back home. They were so excited about Hairy Henry's birthday party. What a surprise it would be! But then Hairy Henry deserves it, as he is such a nice monster.
This is Anansi the spider. He's got 8 legs, a big head, and a very fat body. Anansi loves eating. Rabbit is Anansi's friend. He is cooking greens in his pot.
I can smell greens.
They are not ready yet. Why don't you stay and wait?
No, I can't stay, but I've got an idea. Pull the web when the greens are ready, and I'll come running.
Okay, Anansi.
I can smell beans.
Come and eat our beans with us. They are almost ready.
No, I can't, but I've got an idea. Pull the web when the beans are ready, and I'll come running.
Okay, Anansi.
I can smell sweet potatoes with honey.
Yes, that's right. Come and eat my food with me.
No, I can't, but I've got an idea. Pull the web when the sweet potatoes are ready, and I'll come running.
Okay, Anansi.
When Anansi arrives at the river, all his 8 legs are tied with webs. All the food is ready, and the animals pull the webs. Anansi falls over, and his legs get thinner and thinner.
Maybe that wasn't a good idea after all.
Look at my thin legs. Oh well, maybe there's some food at home.
In the dark, dark wood, there was a dark, dark house. And in that dark, dark house, there was a dark, dark room. And in that dark, dark room, there was a dark, dark cupboard. And in that dark, dark cupboard, there was a dark, dark shelf. And on that dark, dark shelf, there was a dark, dark box. And in that dark, dark box, there was a ghost. Hoo, 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 ha, ha, boo.